Oh, yeah, the first year, it's lovely. Second year, third year, fourth year. Yeah. And then the divorce, and then the fighting, and then the lawyers, and then all the crud, and with the kids, and the middle, and the dropping off, and the picking up. Yeah. So after spending some time recently with a married couple, I got the same feeling and the same thoughts I've had since I was a little kid. Oh my gosh. It seems like complete torture to be married. I I've always felt this way, and now I feel exactly the same way. Maybe it's worse. Why would you ever do that? Why would you ever do that? I spend time with these married couples, they are in prison. They are completely trapped, repeating and repeating the same old stuff over and over again. Tribe, you gotta understand, if you are feeling the urge to get married, you must realize there are chemicals being released in your brain that are giving you these feelings that are making you think this is a good idea. Guess what? It's not a good idea. It's a terrible idea. Just look around you. I don't need to people make these videos and they cite all these studies about divorce and who initiates it and blah, blah, blah. You don't need all that. You don't need any of that. Look around you. What is your experience? What are you seeing with your own eyes? Forget the freaking studies. You don't need to look at a study. Look around it. What is it like? What are your friends like? Have you noticed the deterioration? Oh, yeah, the first year, it's lovely. Second year, third year, fourth year. Yeah. And then the divorce, and then the fighting, and then the lawyers, and then all the crud, and with the kids, and the middle, and the dropping off, and the picking up. Yeah. Have you seen anything differently? Okay, yeah, great. I don't know what it's like in other cultures, in other countries, so I can't comment. It could be wonderful. But here where I live in America and I've grown up, this is not something I think you're going to want to do. I see things both sides, male and female. But of course, I'm a man. I can see that perspective. Gentlemen, why give up your freedom? Why give up your life? Why do that for that constant interruption to your thoughts and your emotions? Why get on that roller coaster ride? You- What are you going to be able to accomplish with that going on in your life? That kind of chaos, that constant changing and taking into account someone else's emotions and their need, and it's constant, and you just, it's up and it's down and up, and you have to deal with that. And it's not really in your nature to deal with that. And it's much worse now than it ever was because there's this need for even more drama, even more stimulation because people are used to that. They're used to that. And for the women who are maybe listening to this, why would you want to get married? It's not really what you want. You want more of that emotional up and down. You want the fantasy of someone new. Oh, this guy could be the one. He could be the one. You seem to want that more than anything. If you're married, you're trapped into one flavor. Now with your dating apps and you go girl culture and grab and get everything you want, you can have all that fantasy constantly. You can have that up and down, that disappointment that, oh, this could be great, and then the crash because you're maybe not be dating and you're in the pool you should be dating. For one guy, you're gonna be just frustrated all the time because it's this one flavor. No matter how wonderful he is, it's just gonna be this one flavor. Most men I know, they like peace and quiet. They like things the same. That doesn't seem to be what you want. Yes, you may want the fantasy of a wedding. You may want, the dress and the party and the nest building and this fantasy of building your life together. But you're going to get bored after a year or two. You're going to get bored unless you have that distraction of the kids and you can, have a lot of up and down with that and disappointment, he's not doing it right, and, we gotta talk about raising the kids and do all that. Marriage isn't really what you want either, and especially with the new culture you have of getting in, well, the culture you're involved in. It's not really not conducive for a long-term relationship. So, look, I would I I just think it's a bad choice all around. Gentlemen, I think you should devote yourself to creating the best life possible for yourself. Instead of seeing to all the female needs you're introducing and permanently attaching to your life, you could be pursuing the things that really make you happy and the life that really makes you happy. Sure, date and have that, but always keep yourself separate. Why legally attach yourself to that when you know what's coming? It's not really a culture that's, it's not simpatico with who you really are and your true male nature. There may have been a time it was more conducive, but with electronics, social media, current cultural leanings, we can see as men that women are being manipulated into uh, thinking this is what they want, and they're completely miserable, but we can't do anything about that. They're all in the workforce, they're boss babes, they're getting all they want, they're completely miserable. Of course they should work if they want to, absolutely. That's not what I'm saying. But pursuing masculine goals and masculine dreams, a masculine, and being rewarded for their masculinity has made them very, very unhappy. And a lot of them are still attached to that fantasy of marriage. You're headed down a really hard path if you're going to help them with that. You are going to disappoint them. You are not going to be able to provide that level of emotion and highs and lows all the time. You're going to get frustrated with that. So, gentlemen, it's really not a good choice. A good choice is devoting yourself to your life, dating, but always maintaining your separateness. Realize that those chemicals in your brain are going to wear off. You want to make her happy. You love her. So you're thinking, I'm going to do this. But you have to look long term. Not all men are like this. Not all women are like this. You get this? But generally, and I'm making generalizations, you are going to be miserable. Every time I spend some time with a married couple, I feel like the luckiest man in the universe for never getting married. It's a complete prison. It is a prison. And I've never, when do I see it when I'm not feeling that way when I'm around a married couple? When do you see that and think, oh my God, this is amazing? How many of your male friends have come up to you and say, listen, bro, you got to get married. It's fantastic. Yeah, there's a reason that's never happened. It's all a fantasy. It's all some kind of cosmic joke that we're all being manipulated into doing. Ladies, it's not really the life you want. It's not really what you're asking for and what you're looking for. Gentlemen, it's not the life you want. It's not really what you're looking for. Men, women, you are eventually going to get a divorce. It's going to be terrible. And you're not going to like it. We all have to look differently at what marriage is. Marriage in other countries could be great. I don't doubt that. There's other cultures. In America, it's masculine energy and masculine energy getting together. There's no polarity. There's no opposites anymore. Oh yeah, there's memories of it. There's echoes of it, but generally no. And then if the male has bought into current culture and become more feminine, yeah, the women aren't going to like that very much in the end. They may like it a little because they got a new girl bestie, They have that feminine energy from the man, and they think they're connecting better with, like, one of their girlfriends, but they eventually get sick of that too, and they don't really like it because a million years of DNA has been telling them to get a more masculine man. So, this isn't gonna work for anyone, tribe. If you've seen this work, please, I wanna hear about this in the comments. I wanna hear about it in the comments. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me this is a great thing, and here's how you do it. Here's how you make this. Oh, you communicate, you talk it out, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I think that's a bunch of BS. I don't think that works. I think everyone's just miserable at the end. So why don't we, men and women, why don't we avoid all this? Help each other by not doing that. Just don't do it. All right, tribe. You got something out of this video? Go ahead and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one.